Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I'm here for another daily motivational video that I'm about to try, like with everything in my being, to keep under 30 minutes. Keep under 15 minutes. So we're going to start this off with a little note from the universe. So, dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? What do you want us to know for our ascension, for the greater good, or just to do magic in public? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. What do we need to know to help bring heaven on earth? In God's name I pray, Ashe. Cuddy, what you licking? So, two cards that came out is love in spite of it all, and you needn't worry. You need not worry. Angel number 50. I feel like God, this message is saying that if you are going through any type of trials or tribulations right now, God is just saying that everything is going to eventually work out. Still keep your heart open. Still know that everything is happening for your good, and that you don't need to worry because everything is ultimately happening for your greater good. And last thing is everyone is doing the best that they can. There may be a lot of negative propaganda that just have you thinking the worst about people, but we have to know that just like how you trying every day to do the best that you can, others are as well. I'm actually gonna get us a I'm going to get us getting into the vortex. I'm not getting the vortex. Money and the law of attraction. Dear God, love in spite of it all. You needn't worry. Why is it so important to just focus on love during this time? Why is it so important for us not to make any decisions in fear? And why do we not need to worry despite everything looking very crazy and chaotic? Why is it important for us to know that everyone is doing their best they can? Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. And the card that came out is, my career is one of creating a joyful life experience. If your dominant intent is to feel joy while you are doing the work, your triad of intentions, freedom, growth, and joy will come quickly and easily into alignment. See your career as one of creating a joyful life experience. You are not a creator of things or a regenerator of what someone else has created or gathered. You are a creator, and the subject of your creation is a joyful life experience. That is your mission, that is your quest, and that is why you're here. And again, it says my story and the law of attraction. So what this is telling me is that God is just telling you to just focus on the things that you love. Focus on spending time to pouring into those endeavors that make you feel good. Focus on telling yourself stories about how things magically happen in your life, how everything is happening for your greater good, because when you do that, you're going to eventually attract that into your life. It says each and every component that makes up your life experience is drawn to you by the powerful law of attraction, responds to your thoughts you think and the story you tell about your money and your financial aspects, your body, states of wellness, clarity, flexibility, size and shape, your work environment, how you are treated, work satisfaction. Indeed, the very happiness of your life in general is all happening because of the stories you are telling. And so that's why God is saying, don't worry. Don't waste your time on selling stories of things that haven't even happened yet. Don't waste your time worrying about the worst case scenario. Instead, just focus on the things that you love. Also, where they were saying if your dominant intent is to feel joy while you are doing the work, then that's what you should focus on. And so that's why I feel like what God is saying is what you practice on in, we had this message was maybe 2 weeks ago. What you practice on in private is what eventually become public. So that's why God is saying, don't worry. Like I told you guys, I was in here doing these yoga flows, talking, pretending that I was having a yoga class, and now this manifested into my life as an actual yoga studio. As an actual yoga class that I'm going to be able to teach in real life. And so God is saying, don't worry about not having the resources or feeling like you're out and alone. If you just focus on what you love and you keep doing that, and every day you just go, put a little bit towards it. You tell yourself stories about, this is just a chapter in my life. This isn't going to kill me. Things are going to get better. Then eventually things will get better. All right. So I'm going to leave this message with a work your light. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, clarify this message of love in spite of it all. You need not worry, and my career is one of creating a joyful life experience. What do we need to know about just focusing on love, focusing on joy? Why do you want us to know? Oh, and also I feel like this message is speaking to like co-creating with the universe. Really quickly. Dear God, clarify this message of love in spite of it all, and you needn't worry. What is our energy towards trusting the universe to help us with things? Why are you giving us this message that our career is one of creating a joyful life experience, and my story and the law of attraction? We've been getting a lot of message that deals with swords and communication. It was swords and wands was the first one, and so I feel like for some of you guys, that's the problem. Yep. Okay, perfect. perfect. This is it. So the hangman, we know that the hangman, this is the person that is having a moment of pause. And actually this hangman came out reversed. And so I feel like what God is saying is that you've had this moment of pause and now you're in a tree pose. The tree pose is a pose that is very grounded. It means that you're stable, you're balanced. And also you see that the enlightenment. And so what God is saying is that this trial, everything that you went through, it was to give you ultimate alignment. It was to make you feel more grounded, make you feel more confident in yourself. And so that's why God is saying just love in spite of it all. There's no need for you to hold any type of ill will towards anybody for your past because they were just playing a role, a character in your story. We have to start remembering that to us, to God, we are the key. We are the star player. We are the movie. We are the key point of the movie. And so just like how those characters, just like how we watch, these Marvel movies and they have these arcs and then they have, these plot twists and all this stuff. All that shit was happening in your life ultimately so that you can have this enlightenment. And so God is saying instead of being bitter, instead of focusing on the bad, just focus on the love in spite of it all. Angel number 645. This other message that came out is the Queen of Swords. You needn't worry. You don't need to worry. This is what God is saying. The Queen of Swords is somebody, is a woman who's very grounded in herself. She knows her. She is the queen of her kingdom. She says what she means and she means what she says. This is her swords of truth. And when people come to her, she say either you speak to me nice or you don't talk to me at fucking all. And so this is what God is saying. If you know who you are, you know that you have this enlightenment. You know that all these experiences that happened in your past, it happened ultimately for your good. And so instead of going back and forth and worrying about, do I need to make up with this person? Or it's like, no. You got the lesson, you got that enlightenment, and so now you need to be the queen of your kingdom, and you need to like be firm on your boundaries and be like, hey, either you're going to talk to me nice, either you're going to give me joy, you're going to treat me nice, or you can't come over here. That's period. That's just how we operate. Either you're in alignment to my goals or you need to get the fuck on. And then you don't worry about who feelings you hurting or if it's the right, because the right people that's for you, you're not going to feel left out in the cold. The right people for you are not going to make you feel like, are not going to make you feel like you're begging for their time and their affection. They're just going to give it to you freely. Angel number 808. And so what God is saying, walk away from the drama because this is your time in the sun. You are meant for success. This is your moment. This is where God's trying to get to. He's like, get away from these people that's nickel and diming you. Set your boundaries and focus on your success because you have the alignment. That's why he's saying love in spite of it all. You know why you went through all that shit in the past before, so that you can have this clarity, so that you can focus on creating the life of your dreams, so that you can get those stories and stuff to tell yourself a better story. That person was just there to just show you what was possible. Now you got to turn your attention to what you really, really want. Deep down inside on it. Deep down on the inside. All right, God. Clarify this message of my career is one of creating a joyful life experience. My life in the law of attraction. The hangman and the Queen of Swords. Love in spite of it all, and you needn't worry. Everyone is doing the best that you can. And also, with that message coming out, it reminds me of like that Bible quote, we argue not against flesh and blood. You have to remember, niggas are just playing, they're just playing a character in your story. I keep saying that. Oh my God, this card came right back, unbound. God is trying to tell you need to let some of these relationships go. People are just playing a role. They meant to play the backstabbing friend. They meant to be the deceiving ass boyfriend. Angel number 933. Let them play that role. Let them go, so that you can get closer and closer to what you do want. Leap, you go first, and the universe will catch you. For some reason, I feel like this energy that I'm getting is some of y'all are not going after your goals because you're so focused on love. You feel like, and I get it. This happened a lot for people my age. We learned you can't have it all. You can either have an amazing career or you can have a family and be a mom. But you can't have it all. You got to choose. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're not going after your goals. You're not even, you're not going after your goals because you're like, well, I don't want to be too powerful. You don't think that you can have love and success, but that's just a story. Again, it's a story that you're telling yourself. And the thing is, you've done enough work, you've done enough healing to know that that's not even a true story anymore. You've gotten enlightenment. That's why God is saying love in spite of it all. You know that that's not true. You know that the better that you get, the better everything gets. So why not focus on that instead? Why not leap into that new reality? Because you've been training lifetimes for this. All right. Okay. All right. Last message. Unbound. This is the activation card. Angel number 108. All right. Last message. Release soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns now. Take a look at the patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul may have an expiration date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind yourself from them. This is a life in which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiration date? When you write them, you claim them and they stop holding power over. When you name them, you claim them and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small, caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice, would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from your old ways of being that are no longer sustainable for you. And so remember, I told you back here, it's like you've done this work. You've been healed. And so now what stories do you need to release? Look, and God is saying you need not to worry. Maybe it's that story that you'll never find love. Maybe it's that story that you'll never earn a living doing what you love. Maybe it's that story that I can't have a joyful career. Maybe you have a story that I can't have fun and be in a serious career. This is, again, we have to realize, you know why it's storytelling? You want to know why movies are so important? Because we live our life based on stories. Angel number 1309. Every single day we tell ourselves a story about the life that we have, the career that we making. And so what God is saying is that you've done a lot of work. You've healed. You've been through it all. You've gotten enlightenment. You know that all of that shit that happened, good, bad, or indifferent, it happened because it was helping you get to this moment of enlightenment. And so God is saying, love in spite of it all, and then set better boundaries moving forward. Not even set better boundaries, tell better stories moving forward. What stories are you telling yourself now? How can you tell yourself stories that release the need for you to worry? How can you rewrite this story of worry so that you can attract something new in your life? This is your homework for you. All right, y'all. If this is what you want to do, put your hand on your heart, angel number 1401, and repeat after me as I say this, or touch and agree with me as I say this. I release all old stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in this present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. I release all soul stories, vow, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in this present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. I release old stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. Ashe. Right at the 15-minute mark, guys. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? I'm going to make sure I put this down below so that you can do this practice and say this to yourself offline. But it is time to release all old stories and embrace the new ones that are waiting for you. All right, y'all. Talk to you soon. Mwah. Ashe.